Hi everyone, I am back with collective messages for the week. This is going to be for this week from Sunday to Sunday. These are collective messages. They're coming from different oracle cards. There will be no reversals. This is for everyone. A collective energy messages about the energy that is around us. Okay, so we're going to begin with the Starseed Syrian deck. Okay, this is one of my favorite decks, so I'm going to shuffle this cards 5 times and we're going to get messages from the Starseed Syrian deck. And it's because it's so big, I shuffle it differently. Okay, my messages for me intuitively is every tarot reader comes in with gifts, okay? You don't need to copycat anyone and you don't need to talk about anyone, okay? Because you come in with your gifts and no one can take what belongs to you, and people are going to make sense about what's the truth and what rings true to their intuition or to what's happening in their lives. So you can't really take away anyone's business because everyone comes in with their own collective gifts, okay? So just saying that here because I've noticed in YouTube there's a lot of nitpicking at each other and it just really is low vibrational energy and we don't want to be there, right? We want to move forward. We're not worried about others. We're just worried about how we can help the collective, okay? So that's one message I got. Another message I got is when people are putting bad messages under videos or stating things that you don't need to do that. You know, if you don't agree with it, don't watch it. Move on to the next video. There's plenty of videos here. You don't agree with it, you don't have to put your 2 common sense because no one asks for it, right? So keep it to yourself, right? That is how I believe things should move forward, okay? But anyway, this is on YouTube. I've seen it a lot on YouTube. I'm here on TikTok also. So please give me a thumbs up. Show me some love. If you see my videos, I will continue to put up more, okay? So let's see what is the collective energy for this week. We're going to ask God, universe, the angels, our ancestors, and all our guides to give us the messages we need to receive for the collective energy. Again, there are no reversals. These will be as they come out is what the card is. What is the collective energy? Any other card here that we need? Okay, so we got 2 of them. We're going to take those 2 and we're going to quickly go over them. Oh, okay. So reason. And the Sage of Crystals. The Sage of Crystals is the page of, it's the page of Pentacles, right? Because crystals come from the earth. So the Sage of Crystals is like the page of Pentacles, and we got reasoning. You're looking at things, you're looking at situations and getting the reasons out of them or reasons why you want to move along with certain things or certain situations, okay? Really trying to figure out yourself, trying to be guided intuitively. Remember, there's always a greater good playing out here because this person looks like universal being of light, right? God. And it's almost like here he is, he's trying to manipulate situations and things so that things can work out for you or so that you can make the right decisions as you move forward. So what I feel with these cards is that you're looking at certain situations and trying to decide, is this something you're going to move forward with, or is this something that you decide that is no longer convenient, or something that's going to be worth your while, or something that's going to give you back the same energy that you give in. So you're really looking into it and you're really analyzing and trying to figure out the reasons by the choices you make and the choices that you're going to continue with. Okay, so that is the collective energy for this week. Okay, trying to figure out, do we continue in a certain place? Do we continue giving energy to something? We are looking at something very carefully, maybe deciding if we're going to bring an offer up to something because we're looking at it and we're trying to find the reasons and why we should continue with it and why are we here and do we make the necessary changes. That is the energy of the week, okay? Beautiful energy to be in, making the right decisions. Now we're going to use the spirit messages. This deck is spirit messages. I already shuffled it 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and get a spirit message. Ooh, one came out, serenity. Serenity, finding serenity within yourself. Finding peace and serenity within situations, and sometimes even leaving behind situations so that you can find your serenity, okay? Sometimes we need to find our peace, and sometimes where we're at is not where there's peace. And sometimes we make energy that is erratic, and we need to rebalance ourselves and find our peace and our serenity, okay? So it says here, the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings. Like I said, you don't need to compare to anyone else, and you don't need to complain about anyone else because you already know what you come with. And everyone comes with something unique. And even if someone is copycatting you, guess what? Eventually people will figure it out and not follow them, right? So you know your worth, you know what you stand for, and you don't need to prove any different, and you don't need to degrade or belittle anyone else. And it says here, this is the time to honor and nurture and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday or from the past, okay? Past things or past situations that we're looking at, or even things that we're looking at now. Don't let them take away your peace or your serenity. And it says, don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. Nothing. Don't let any person, any situation, or anything bring you out of your peace. Continue in your peace and realize, hey, the past is the past. I'm moving on. I've learned from it. And I'm going to continue to move forward. That is a beautiful card, a beautiful message for the week, okay? Okay, I shuffled these 3 times. This is the Sword of Michael, okay, deck, okay? These are oracle cards, and I'm going to get a message from there. What is the message for the collective this week? What is the message for the collective? Please give me 1 card for the message of the collective, for the collective this week. What is the message for the collective? 1 card, please. A message for the collective, please. What is the message for the collective? Give me 1 card for the message for the collective, please. 1 card for the message for the collective, please. Okay, so we got 1 card. Beautiful. We got change is coming. Wonderful. And this is the number 7, okay? It says here, I am here to guide you through this exciting transformations. This is a time of joy is opportunities. So opportunities and things that are going to be happening for you. Look at the butterfly came out of its cocoon. All these butterflies in different colors are flying all over her. And knowing that the energy, whether you are he, she, whatever, the energy around you is about making things happen, about blooming, about shining, about showing who you really are. And the gifts, the unique gifts you come with, right? And this is a positive energy. Sorry, I went walking and I'm sweating. But this is a positive energy to be in, and knowing that there is growth and fulfillment, okay? And a glow up, possibly. That is your message for this week. I'm going to pull out 1 more deck here. We're going to use the Archangel Michael, okay? So we're going to get 1 card for a message from Archangel Michael here. And we're going to shuffle this deck 3 times to get a message. This is the first shuffle. And we just need 1 message for the collective. Second. And we are so grateful for the messages we've received. What is the message? 1 message, please. 1 message for the collective from Archangel Michael. 1 message for the collective from Archangel Michael. So we got 1 that came out, and it says, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself and others, okay? And it says here, Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do, always with peace, remember? Help me know that I deserve this compassion. I release my feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. That is the collective messages for this week until Sunday. Thanks for listening. Bye.